Just gonna keep looking at it.
No one moves. Are we live yet? Are we up? Is this thing on? Oh, okay. You guys ready?
Ready as we'll be.
I've looked at the tape and I still can't figure it out.
We're gonna start that one over. That was the wrong. That was the.
And you latched it.
No, this one. Gee, many Christmas.
The wrong panel.
I am.
What do you got to go with one?
One latch. Jeez, it's like I've never done this before. Okay.
All right. That was just a test run. We just practiced.
Two people
Testing the equipment.
We're just trying to keep everyone on their toes a little bit today.
Testing the equipment.
We didn't need to hear that reporter lady anyway. Let's see.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, conceal carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the War Room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And we are back once again into Saturday afternoon, and we are tucked away in the War Room somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho. And joining me tonight is Bathroom Paul.
Correct.
God, you got to get a better name, man.
No, we're gonna delve into the name.
That's not a good name.
Yeah, we're gonna delve into the name.
Let's get away with it. Let's get away from that one.
Yeah, we're gonna delve into the name because I've had some people asking questions about it. And we got the Cajun Cowboy is back with us.
I guess it's better than rest area bathroom.
A lot better.
Okay, yeah.
So how you been, sir? It's been a little while.
I've been busy, man. I'm tired.
Working hard, slaving away.
Yeah, tackling the world.
Making that green.
Kind of.
That's good. Bought any ammo? Bought any guns? Bought any anything?
No, I was looking the other day. I can't even remember what I was out there looking at, and I was like, I need to get something.
What do you want to buy?
Get the fever every now and then. I don't know.
You need to buy some ammo.
No, you can't. I bought some 6.5 PRC.
When did you buy that?
$4 freaking a round.
When did you buy that?
A couple days ago.
You know, I found some 9mm online for 61 cents, which is actually a pretty good price for right now. That's
really good right now.
How much was it?
61 cents a round.
I'd buy that.
There's a lot of. I've been handing out the link for
the PRC for $80 a box.
Why'd you buy that?
Because they don't hardly have it.
Oh, I gotcha.
Well, and not only that, it's not for me.
Okay. I
know somebody needed it. I said, you sure you need it?
Because I'm buying it for $4 a round. I'm going to sell it to you for $6.
Nah, I'm pay me what it costs, but
that's good.
I was like, jeez. I said, there's 10 boxes here. Tell me you don't want them all.
What about you, sir? You buy anything?
Nothing.
Guns, ammo, knives?
Not since last. I bought some new arrows for the bow.
There's some pokey things.
Some pokey things, yeah, but nothing gun related. I've been working too hard.
I gotcha. If you put in, so I know
all that's coming to an end anyways. Yeah. We ain't got to worry about all that.
I know that you don't
Uncle
hunt.
Joe's shutting us down.
I know you don't hunt. Have you put in for your draws yet?
Not yet. I'm still trying to decide which ones I want.
No, I'm not feeling it this year.
Oh, I am.
I don't know. I'm going to put in for something. I don't know what yet. So I just finally got on 2 days ago and filled out my hunter reports
from last year.
From last year.
Oh my gosh!
I usually do it right before I put in, so I can still put in.
Yeah. Because if you don't, they won't let you.
Yeah.
There's a muzzle loader hunt in my future this year.
That's right, because you got that muzzle loader.
Yep.
You've been out shooting.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it.
I agree. How far can you reach out with that thing?
How far can I reach? How far can I? I'm good right now at about 100 yards, but
that's good.
The guys that I'm going with, they're comfortable out to about 200 on a deer or an elk.
I'd have to have a Gatling gun.
Yeah. You've never actually shot. Have you ever shot big game at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it here in Idaho?
No.
Back down in Louisiana.
Oh yeah, you go sit in a tree stand.
Oh, tree stands are fun though.
And they just walk up to you.
They do, especially if there's some food out.
Yeah, a little corn, a little salt.
Corn. Yeah. I used to spend like 4 months with the stuff called stump liquor, and I'd haul a dead log over there, just soak the freaking log. It was great.
You can't say that out loud.
I can. I was 100% legal.
I was gonna say there, it's probably legal.
In Kansas, I was 100% legal.
Oh, okay.
It was fun. Hunting out of a tree stand was the best hunting I've ever had.
Never done it.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Never done
it.
it.
Really is. People go, oh, it's just easy. Really, it's not, because you got to try not to fall out of the tree stand. And you sit there a long time, and guess what happens? You get tired.
Yep.
And I learned how to situate. I had a harness on. I'd harness myself to the tree. I learned how to situate just right to where I could hang my bow up on the arm and have my bow hang in there so I could grab it really easy with the arrow already nocked.
Uh-huh.
And then I would just like lean. I'd shorten the length of that. And I learned how to lean and just support my whole body weight, and I just take a nap. And you just have to teach yourself right before you woke. You couldn't wake up like this. You have to wake up like this. Kind of look around. It was great. And then if you were really good, you had Wi-Fi service there, so you got on Facebook.
Oh, geez,
it's awesome. You should try it.
You got a real tree stand. You got chairs,
TV. You're cooking burritos. Oh shoot! Not in Idaho.
No, not at all.
Not at all. I sold all my tree stands and everything when I'm back. So
if you're up north, you can. They've got big enough trees up there, but nothing down here.
Ladder stands.
Yeah, I
did a lot of ladder stands. 25.
Well, you guys get like what, one deer
here? Yeah, you can get one. In Kansas, I could shoot 6.
Yeah, you can get 2.
That you reported.
No, that I reported.
Well, and you can get 2 here if the non-resident tags don't sell out.
That's right.
So you can get a second one if the non-resident tags don't sell out.
But you gotta trust that you're gonna. Yeah. That's a big game. Usually everyone goes in at the same time to non-resident tags and crashes the system, and then nobody gets them, and it's a nightmare.
Yes, it is,
because they can't ever come up with a system that actually works. So welcome to the Idaho fishing and hunting show. No, it's that time of year. We always talk about it just a little bit. So dead air.
Yeah,
that's not good. So I had a class today. Freaking windy as hell out there. Windy. It was so cold this morning.
It was real cold this morning.
I had about 20 diehard students show up, and they did the classroom portion. It was a permit class. We went out and we did the range portion.
Out of how many? How many didn't make it?
Well, I had 29 signed up, and then they started like calling saying they weren't going to make it like 3 days ago, and I was supposed to have 23 today, and then about 20 showed up.
Okay.
So it's a typical class. That's kind of what happens.
Yeah.
People sign up as like a placeholder, and then they decide like 2 days before if they actually want to show up or not. So
yeah, it's because you don't make them pay ahead of time.
I can't. You know what? I've tried that. I've tried to go new school versus old school, right? And people will call, and I'll say, "Oh yeah, no, I can put you on the list. I'll shoot you a link over. You can go ahead and pay and reserve your spot." And they send them the link, and guess what? You never hear from them again. I'd rather just get their name. It's just easier. Just get their name, put their freaking name on a list. If you show up, you show up. If you don't, you don't. I don't want to sit there and wonder. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not all the extra work for nothing, too.
Yeah, so it is what it is. I'll keep going old school. I have no problem doing that. I'm trying to think of some interesting firearms that might have been in the class today. There's 2 10 mil 1911s.
10 mil?
What manufacturer?
10 millimeter. Rock Island Armory. So, and the one guy, they all shot really good. One of the guys that was shooting one of them, the other guy, he actually won the best shot in the class. It's kind of cool because I was watching him shoot, and that sucker was wanting to jump out of his hand every time he freaking pull that trigger.
Good grief.
I fixed his grip, dialed him in, gave him a little, TPC stuff I learned at TPC. We kind of dialed him in just a little bit, just tweak him just a little bit. Man, he was flat shooting in no time.
Really?
That gun wasn't moving. It was just doof, 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 doof. He was doing well. I tell you what, that system I went and learned, it freaking works. It works well.
So you can say that gun ought to have enough weight that it shouldn't be moving too much.
It was moving good.
Okay.
It was moving real good. So it was like, I mean, it was jumping out of his hands, but we got him.
Well, they probably had to bring that because that's the only ammo I can ever find is 10 millimeter.
Yeah, I know there was some on the shelf the other day at D&B. I think it'd been there for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
No one was buying it.
Yep.
No one was buying it.
That's the way it is. That's the only stuff I can find.
And you can't find any other ammo, reasonably priced ammo. No 9, no
Nope.
380, no nothing.
Nothing.
Who's this guy advertising coming out in Kimberly? You heard that on the radio? 1,000 rounds, 5,000 rounds. I'm like, you ain't talking about price stuff.
Someone was telling me about that in class. So it's not even a local guy. I don't think he was.
Sounds like he just travels.
Yeah, he travels around, and like he's going to be like in Buell. I forget what day and what time at Arctic Circle with a bunch of freaking rounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's just showing up. I mean, yeah, I'm serious. I have no idea what's going on.
I heard it on the radio. He's going to be in Kimberly at Arctic Circle. I'm like,
He's advertising that on the radio?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't. No one here knew the prices.
no.
I was like, don't. I said, here's a link. You need to go to the link and just order some online. I mean, who knows what this ammo? What's it gonna do?
Well, but they were talking about people doing that when this shortage first started. They were traveling around country and buying trailers full of ammo, and then that's what they were doing, reselling it. $1.50 a round. People are buying it up.
Stupid.
What's bad is that $4 a round. I know the people that bought it didn't pay $4. The manufacturers still not hyping their prices.
Right.
Yeah. No.
So I mean, where is
They're
all
just
the ammo?
killing
Right.
us.
I mean, we've talked about it. Right. When there's people buying it, there's people hoarding it, there's people buying it and reselling it. But Remington just came back online, and they shouldn't even have a line of back orders.
No. But as soon as it hits the shelf, I mean, there's 50 people standing there waiting for it. And if you're getting 2 boxes, 50 boxes. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I haven't bought any ammo in like probably over a month. I need to though.
I hadn't bought none of the.
Are you starting to twitch? Starting to twitch a little bit?
little bit. It's hard. It's hard not to swing by the store, say hi to Mark, see if they have any ammo. It's really hard. I get these emails, hey, we got ammo, and it's like I told you, it's like 61 cents a round. I'm like, I'm gonna go broke real quick though. Start buying ammo every day because I was buying it every day for a while.
Oh yeah.
Every time I'd see someone just buy $60 here, $70 there, $40 over here, $30 over here.
That'd be nice.
I had
Real nice.
I had to quit, man. I had to quit. It was killing me.
The boss put the smack down, said no more.
Yeah, it's probably no. She doesn't. Yeah, she would have sooner or later. So I just went ahead and stopped before that happened. So
We need to test out your new shooting system with the DB9.
we do. I want to.
See if you
You
can
need
hold
to bring that over. I need to shoot. I've been looking at.
I don't know if you got enough real estate to hold it.
No. It's not all about that. There's a lot more other stuff I can do. Bring it over. I want to try it. I want to shoot that DB9 again. Because if I can hit that, I want to buy that DB9 from you. Sell me that DB9.
Hey, you want to give me $50?
I'll give you $50.
I don't want $50.
How much do you want for it?
I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of one of those things now.
Find out how much you freaking want for it. I want to buy it.
I'll probably never mind.
Sell me the gun.
Never mind.
I'll split a playing card with it. If I split a playing card with it,
What kind of distance you talking about?
what?
What kind of distance you talking
My
about?
defensive distance. From the table to the freaking target where we always shoot.
Look like somebody shining a laser on you. Turn back towards your mic, and Paul can see it. Turn.
Oh yeah.
Go
Catch
back a little bit.
What's going on?
You guys, nothing. That's bad radio.
That is bad radio. Anyhow, that DB9 will be mine.
Okay.
that sounds like a confirmation to me.
Yeah.
And you've got it recorded. Okay.
It's on record.
It's not a legal contract.
Sure it is. Oh,
I just want to see you. I want to see what you can do with it.
I do. So do I. Bring it over. I got the ammo. Let's figure it out on a day that's not windy.
Oh man, that's not real ammo.
What?
You don't hardly put any powder in your ammo.
No. I'll use factory.
Okay, that's what I want to see you hold on to.
I'll use factory. I'll use factory.
Have you ever
ammo.
shot one of those things?
Those light loads that he's got.
Yeah. That's cheap.
No, son. You give me some plus P's. I'll put some.
Have you ever shot a DB9?
No, I haven't.
It's an experience.
Is it?
Yes, it is. You actually fire it and you look down and go, I still have hands.
And the gun's cocked back.
I still have all my digits still work.
Yeah, like 50 degrees. Stuff it back down in your hand and go again.
Where's that little Glock of your wife's?
Oh my God. This is way smaller than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that DB9 it's like a credit card.
It's tiny.
It's
man.
You can palm it.
Yeah, it's like that thin, and it's probably What, that big?
Yeah, it's small.
Oh man.
And it's a freaking handful, dude.
Yeah, that'd disappear in there.
Yeah, it's a handful. So there was this one of the guys in class, biggest hands I've ever seen, and he was holding I didn't forget what kind of gun. I think it was a Taurus. Was it Taurus? It's a 40 cal compact. Just devoured that gun. I'm like, holy cow.
How tall was this guy?
Tall.
Why does he have a subcompact?
I don't know. He shot it pretty well, but he just devoured that gun. I mean, I'm like,
yeah, dude, you can hide a full size.
I didn't even realize it was a freaking, I mean, it was a subcompact, but I didn't even realize it was a freaking 40. I'm like, I mean, he just, all you could see was the barrel and like a little bit of the barrel and the front side
coming out of his hand.
Yeah, it was amazing. But well, our buddy James, he showed up to help, and he actually brought out his Walther PDP. I don't like Walther.
Okay.
But I kind of like that PDP.
I'd like to get, I got a PPQ. I'd like to bring it at the same time. His PDP, that's a 9mm?
Yes.
Okay, well.
And he hasn't messed with it. And he likes to tweak on his guns a little bit. He hasn't done anything to it. This is a completely stock gun.
PPQ I got is 45 though. So it's a little different.
A little different. I'll throw a 9 in there and we'll see what happens. Kidding. No, that PDP was the stippling is different. The stippling, it's got like little pyramid, like little diamonds or little pyramid looking things on it, and it's better and it grips your hand. And instead of the finger grooves around the front of it, you know how they have, it's got them on the sides.
The picture was kind of cool looking.
Yeah, it looks like the side of the grip is wrinkled.
Yep.
It's got them on the sides, not the front.
It was kind of neat.
And the one I shot he had like the 5-inch barrel, and it was actually, you pick it up, it's super light. You load it up, it still feels real light. The trigger's really good. I compare it to like a Canic trigger. It was an impressive trigger. I liked it.
Now, when you say little pyramids on it,
I've never seen stippling in that pattern of stippling.
What is it, like hard plastic, rubber, or steel? What is it?
It's a plastic. It's a polymer.
Okay.
And
is it soft where it's got some give, or?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
No.
All right, I was just
so
curious.
it's like so one of my thoughts while I was shooting it was, granted, your hand holding it's not going to wear that, but how long till that little points they start to wear down?
I had a 1911 that was metal like that. And it was like holding sandpaper in your hand.
Did it smooth out?
Ooh, I got rid of it.
Got rid of your 1911?
Yeah, it was a TRP Professional. What was that, Springfield?
Was that one of the expensive ones?
Yeah.
Well, how expensive?
I don't remember.
So James has,
it's not no $5,000 one.
James got
a couple thousand.
James has a Springfield. Okay, he's made the blasphemies. We call them the blasphemies. And one of the blasphemies is like he needs to freaking laser engrave that. He took him. He takes his freaking Dremel tool. It's a $3,400 Springfield. Yeah, 1911. He goes ahead and adjusts everything with his Dremel tool. He has the slide cut, and he put a freaking Holosun optic on it. That thing's badass.
Wait a minute. I don't know what I said. It was TRP operator. I think I said something different.
Whatever, but it's
anyway.
The one he has, it's like a $3,400 gun, and he just freaking hacks
Dremelled the heck out of it.
He just makes
Dremel to it.
He makes it work for him. He took it in, had the slide milled for the red dot, and it's freaking cool. I love it that he takes a 1911 and just chops the shit out of it.
Is it even a 1911 after that?
No, I don't know. Yeah, still shoots 45. So yeah.
Good, great.
Yeah. So actually, one of the guys here had that came today it's a double stack. So he had a 2011. Hence this video it's gonna fit in perfect. But he had a 2011, which is a double stack. Now you might know this. I don't know this. Is that a double stack 45? Is that what it is?
You can get
him in 10 too.
I've seen the double stack 9mm. I think the 45 is offset where it's kind of a double stack, but it's not. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's more of a stagger stack, not really a double stack.
But it's they still
get a lot
double stacks are staggered.
You start getting big old handful of gun. The reason why I bought that 45 that you shot, I can't even remember the name of it, is FNP 45.
Yeah.
Is because it held 15 rounds, but it's because it was so long.
Yeah.
I'm like, good grief, the thing's huge.
That's the one with all the toys on it, isn't it?
Yeah. It's got everything on.
It's got absolutely everything on it.
Except a good trigger.
You can fix that.
No, you really can't. That fin, you can't.
You can't do anything to that fins?
No, you can't hardly get anything for them.
Why do people like them so much then?
I don't know. People turn into fanboys of everything.
Give it to James and his Dremel. He'll fix it up.
James will smooth it out for you. But I'm trying to think what else we got going on here. I had the women's group earlier this week. That went over real well again. They gotta do a little bit of shooting. And man, tell you those women, they go out there and they shoot. And they just get all kinds of giddy and happy, and they have a great freaking time. And they're not like guys that go out there and will mag dump like 300 rounds.
Scary.
They go out there and they shoot 20, 30 rounds, and they're just happy as can be. And they're pretty good shots. I had them running just a little drill if they wanted to, where they had the firearm and they would start from like a low ready. And I had them run it dry a few times and do some dry fire. They start from a low ready. They'd have their finger on the trigger. They'd press it out. So as soon as it came up to their line of sight, and they saw the sights, came up to their line of sight and was on the target, they'd have already started prepping that trigger on the target. Break the shot, pull it back. Start to prep the trigger on the target. Break the shot. They were doing absolutely fantastic.
Okay, that sounds good. But when you say they were giddy, that was like,
oh, they just love shit.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
Put him on the hostage target.
What's for dinner, honey?
I'm gonna kill him. Oh shoot! It's all kinds of fun.
I've had strange relationships, so let's just say that.
Yeah, it sounds like you might have.
Yeah, sometimes I had to run.
And run far and run fast. So we had, tell us about this thing in Georgia. We got some strange news coming out of Georgia. Tell us everything you know. Because I
don't know much.
Turn the cameras on.
We're 20 minutes in, and we got, no, never mind. Just tell us everything you know about Georgia.
I believe it's the LaGrange department in Georgia. They're training their officers.
Isn't that a ZZ Top song?
It might be.
LaGrange.
It might be LaGrange.
Yeah.
But they're training their officers to, instead of shooting to kill, to incapacitate, I guess is what you want to call it. Arms, legs, things like that. And
so they're not shooting to stop the threat. They're popping them in the knees.
Yes. And they've actually got it all laid out. The targets I saw,
pretty funny.
It is.
The targets have like green zones and red zones. And
oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like a full body that they were shooting at. And it's got all these different color coded charts on it.
So why are they doing this?
Pressure would be my guess.
Pressure because of everything
everything's going on in the news. I would think.
You know how much they're setting themselves up liability wise.
Oh yeah.
Because when they don't shoot for the leg, and you've been trained to shoot for the leg, now you've been trained. That means the leg's always there, big and in front of you, and you can always hit it. And then when you don't hit the leg, oh man, it's payday.
Oh my god, that's
they what this set themselves up.
That's what this world is coming to now.
Oh yeah,
this is absolutely insane. We had this discussion in class today. It's before I even had heard about what this thing in Georgia, right? It's funny because in class we always talk about, I shoot to kill, I shoot to kill. And it actually is the females that say that a lot. I shoot to kill. And I'm like, no, you shoot to stop the threat. But what if they die? I shot to kill then. No. You shot to stop the threat. If they die in the process, so be it. That's what happens.
Yep.
That's the aftermath of what can happen when you shoot to stop the threat.
Yeah, you shoot to defend yourself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill him. No, no, you're not.
And it's all great to shoot at the arms or legs on a paper target when you're practicing. But what are you going to do when it's pressure?
Yeah.
Well, those arms. What if they holding something? They're right in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just come on, man.
Well, and here's the thing too, though. I mean, and I'm not knocking law enforcement. I mean, but we got people. So some people in law enforcement are gun people. Some are not. I keep looking to see if someone put any comments.
That's what I was looking for.
Some people in law enforcement are gun people, some are not, right? So now, you have to go and they have to pass their qualifications once or twice a year or whatever it is. And now all of a sudden you're having them shoot for an even smaller target, a knee, an arm.
Yeah.
Not center mass, not the largest, the largest, most stable portion of the human body. You're having them. I mean, that doesn't even, you shoot someone in the leg, they can still shoot you.
Oh yeah.
What about homeboy that shot Micaiah? What's her name? Micaiah Brown? Micaiah something? You talk about some nice shooting, man. She's swinging a knife in the middle of a scuffle. He puts 5 rounds in her. Do.
Yeah.
And all of them land. I'm like, hey, that's pretty good.
He should have shot her.
Should have shot her in the
hands
hand.
and knocked the knife out of it. We played some footage last week of who was that? It was one of the ladies off The View. Who was it?
Joy Behar.
Joe, you know exactly. Did you listen to the podcast?
Of course, I listen to the podcast. I
Sweet.
listen to the podcast.
I mean, why do you shoot it in the ground, shoot in the air, shoot her in the leg, shoot her in... What the hell is that? But now law enforcement is going to do that.
Yeah. You knew it was only a matter of time, though.
That's freaking
You knew it was only a matter of time.
Ain't no way I'd be in law enforcement. If I did, hey, do your 12, get your hit the clock, go home. That's it. That's a wrap. It's about to get wild.
It is. It's
And now
bad.
there's that move to get rid of their qualified immunity and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Which I can see some gray area there. I mean, if you do something so outrageous that you just there comes a point where, okay, you got no immunity on that. But for every day, come on, man, people are going to try and get hit, get pushed, get slapped, anything.
Yep.
Because it's a payday then. And what are the police going to do? Put their hands in their pocket and keep driving.
Yeah.
Not stopping.
Well, didn't New York do away with it already?
I'm not sure if they did or not. Not positive.
I thought they did, or at least they're in the
Somebody
process of it.
Somebody did, or somebody was trying to. I don't remember.
If anyone did, it was New York.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was New York. And I'm sure California's not too far behind either.
That's, I don't know. It's a crazy world, man.
Yeah.
Changes overnight.
Well, they go so far. I mean, it's these extreme moves. Okay, we needed to calm people down and have a little less quick to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're going to where they just want, basically, don't even get me started. They're wanting to have a federal police force or a federally controlled police force.
Yeah, easy enough.
Brown shirts, where the federal government will control all police because we got local police. A lot of times, not all the times, but a lot of times they reflect the community. In bigger cities, not so much. But even then, you have a community that can vote and remove people from office or whatever. Basically, what they're wanting is federal control, either federal police or right now they're doing they're doing a federal guidelines that they're wanting to. They're studying them. Yeah, they already got that crap wrote out, man. They're going to roll that stuff out.
You get federal police, and all of a sudden you can do what you want. You can show up. You can take those guns. You can. Anything. I mean, you got people that you got a whole army full of yes men, right? I mean, it's not the local boys that grew up in the hometown that are going to have to like go knock on doors and take guns because a lot of them may or may not do it, right?
Well, we got some guns in Idaho, so hey, let's get 2,000 officers from California. Let's ride them over here and snatch them all up and go home. You don't have to live in that community.
Yeah,
it's a little different.
My there you go. My daughter's boyfriend, right there in the middle of moving from one place to the next, and he needed somewhere to put a few of his like 22 rifles and stuff. So he's storing them in my house, and I told my wife and my daughter, I said, you tell him he can leave those here as long as he wants. Well, okay, I'll tell him. I said, well, yeah, because if they come knocking on my door wanting guns, I'm going to give them his. Here's all I got. I promise.
Everything I've got.
I got a wheel gun and I got a 22 rifle. There you go.
What kind of 22 you got there?
It's exactly.
I'm looking for one. I'm looking for a Ruger.
I'm looking for a DB9, but that doesn't seem to be possible. So
we might have to work something out.
Oh, sweet. I'll work you a trade.
Sorry, son. The gun got lost.
I don't know what happened. The damn dust bunnies.
Like a squirrel took off with it. Anyway.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Some of those roosters out there, I seen them.
The roosters are fine. Do you know that? And this, we're like as usual, we're going all over. I posted a video on YouTube, not YouTube, excuse me, on Facebook of my chickens fighting.
Wow!
Right? Just I fed them dinner. They were fighting.
Oh man, you're gonna have people coming after you now.
It was funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
Someone got in there and said, "Well, you need to add some music to that, right?" And so I went ahead and I was going to do it. I was like, Facebook won't let me do that. They won't let me add music because it's whatever, not licensed.
Yeah.
But I know a platform that will. So I made a TikTok video and I put Kung Fu fighting over the chickens fighting. They freaking took it down because
Did they really?
It was too violent.
I was thinking, say, I can't believe nobody didn't get upset.
So I went ahead and
Say
reposted
you,
it again.
Cockfighting.
Yeah, I went ahead and reposted it again. It was a great video.
I laughed.
I haven't checked it. The new one, I put it up yesterday. They may have pulled it down too. But anyhow, that's a little off topic. But there you go. What do you think? We need to get your opinion because I think me and Paul.
That's what I said.
Me and Paul actually talked about it last week. What do you think about this this new Supreme Court case?
Which one is this? I know they had 3 or 4
The
gun
one
cases come up and they refused to hear them. Thank you, Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah, they're actually, this is the one that they are going to hear. Is I forget what they're calling it, but what it is it talks about your right to be able to carry outside of your home.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What do you think about that? How do you think that's going to go? What are your
no idea what this court? They had actually had 4 cases go up and they refused to hear them.
Yeah.
It's like, huh, what?
Makes you wonder why they want to hear this one so bad.
Well,
See what's going to happen.
yeah, let's see what's up.
We can get it started, or we're not going to get it started. One of the two. I mean, it can go really good for us or really bad.
Yeah, well, that's going to push our states to what are you going to do? I mean, you got governor and state legislators are sitting here doing as little as possible.
Yeah,
That's going to force their hand. What are you going to do? What are you going to? That's really. I'd rather them go all out and say no guns allowed than this little slow creeping thing of this not allowed, that not allowed. Go on and take it all. And let's see what happens.
But that's why they won't do it, is because we'll see what happens.
Because we'll see what happens. Well, why do you think they keep the fence up? They still have the National Guard and everything up around the Capitol building. I mean,
well, they're going
there's a reason for that.
They're going through the military and finding out who's a radical. Who's a what do you call it? These patriot militias. Anybody who believes in God and America and the flag and all this, they're getting rid of them. And they're going through the military with that. DHS has announced that they're going to do it. The FBI has been doing it.
Yeah.
FBI, they got the post office spying on us. The FBI is taking. I know you saw that story where they took the. What's the big spy agency? The I can't even think of the name of it. NSA. They're going through NSA files of everybody. NSA told them, that's illegal. They did it. They said, well,
I'm shutting the mics off right now then.
We don't care. And yeah, they're getting profiles to remove. If they can remove these people, that's the same reason they're going after the police. I'm talking too much, Anna. All right.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm listening to you. I'm thinking about if they come for my guns and all these people are coming for my guns, what I'm going to do. So I want that DB9 so bad. I'm going to prison wall at that son of a gun. And
there's no safety on it, man.
I'll be okay. I eat a lot of fiber. That's not good. Okay.
Just don't keep one chambered.
There you go. Oh, that was unnecessary.
Yeah.
So, well. Hey, I was supposed to ask you this earlier, but I actually had a listener get a hold of me. And it was about you, Paul.
I can already see where it's going.
It was about you. And they said, hey, you've had a great couple of podcasts, but what the hell? Why do you call him Bathroom Paul? And I said, that's his story to tell. And if he comes back on, I will have him tell it. So now here we wait with bated breath. Why are you called good? As much detail as you want.
As much detail as I want.
Ooh, up now.
Well, there was this one Friday night. No, so Stan Sorensen, who owns the barbershop down in Twin Falls.
Yes.
He puts on a beard contest every couple of years or whatever. I entered into this beard contest.
Yeah, you got a strong game, man.
Yeah. I entered this beard contest, and then I had to go out of town for work. So I took a picture and I said, here, just put this up somewhere and, keep my money and have fun, for the beard contest. Well, he held on to that picture for like 2 years, I think it was. And then when he bought his new shop, he took it over and he had some signs made up out of it. And he had it creeped out a little bit, put some darker circles under the eyes.
I think I've seen it. Yeah.
And then he had it says, I'm here to help. Well, then he hung them up above each toilet in the bathroom of his new shop.
Okay.
And so people would come in and they'd recognize me and they'd be like, you're the guy in the bathroom. And so it just got to be where you're Bathroom Paul. And so that's where the name came from. And then I started making a beard balm and it's labeled Bathroom Paul's Beard Balm. And that's where the name came from. And now I actually hang in 3 or 4 bathrooms around Twin Falls.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. There's a couple other shops that wanted pictures too, so they got them and hung them up in their bathrooms.
You're quite popular.
As in the bathrooms, apparently.
So there you go. I'm not just being an ass, because I think that was kind of what was being insinuated.
Yeah, no, that's
He's like, why the hell call him bathroom? And I'm like, oh, he'll tell you the story.
yeah, and it's funny because people will recognize me that go into a shop and they'll be like, "Do I know you from somewhere?" I'm like, "No, you don't know me." Yeah, you're the guy hanging in the bathroom at Stan's shop, right?
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, that's it.
I was staring at you while you were taking a piss.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, it's I guess that's as good as a name you can come out of that with. It's different.
Yeah, so I thought so. I liked it.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I've been called that now for, I guess, going on 4 or 5 years now.
Sweet. Bathroom Paul.
Yeah.
You have to explain it a lot.
I have to explain it all the time because everybody's saying same thing. What did you do in the bathroom?
That's funny.
Hey, $20 is $20.
That's right.
That's right. I gotta buy a couple rounds of 9 mil. So I tell you what, big news coming out of Idaho this last week
Was
school shooting. And what was it, Thursday?
Wednesday.
It's Thursday. It was Thursday because I talked about it on the radio show on Friday. It was Thursday.
Okay.
So on Thursday, up in the little town of Rigby, Idaho. Rigby is little. I mean, it's about, I think they said it's about 80 or 90 miles from Yellowstone.
Yep.
So it's over in eastern Idaho. There was a school shooting, and we don't know a whole lot of information yet. They're keeping a lot of it hush hush. But it was in the middle school, the Rigby middle school, nonetheless, right? And so you hear about a school shooting, and you kind of think that someone who wasn't supposed to be at the school came into the school.
Right.
Yeah, the shooter, 6th grade girl.
Yep.
6th grade girl. Now, I heard rumors that she had been bullied over some religion or something like that. Now, that wasn't, I don't know how official
Do we
that
even
is.
know if she had a real gun?
It was a handgun. I don't know I didn't even know what kind of gun it is.
A gun that uses powder?
I don't know.
I mean, is this a airsoft or a pellet
No, it
rifle
wasn't
or
an airsoft.
something?
I don't think it was an airsoft because I mean they're talking about there's 2 people shoot.
They're keeping it awful quiet.
There's 2 kids who were shot. So what we know so far, there's 2 kids who were shot. There was a janitor who who got in between her and some other students, and he was shot, and he had a through and through. So it was no pellet gun.
Okay, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, he had a through and through, and they were all non-life-threatening injuries. So I think they're all home now, right? And then how it ended was there was actually a school resource officer on the other side of the school. He didn't get there quick enough.
Okay, I thought of it.
So I heard that one of the teachers, as a female teacher, that actually disarmed her, took her, and held her at gunpoint until the resource officer or law enforcement officers or whatever could show up. Now, I also heard in something that wasn't verified that she was able to, and I don't know if the gun jammed or what, but she was able to get in there and get the gun from her while she was reloading, is what I heard. It was reloading or unjamming. I have no idea, but a 6th grade girl, I mean, what kind of gun can a 6th grade girl handle, right? I mean, I'm not saying just a girl, but the 6th grader period. I mean, can they rack the slide? I'd like to know what was it, a 22? I mean, what was it? We have no idea.
I haven't heard much about it at all.
I haven't heard much about it at all.
Real quiet.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are. It was very, very interesting.
We don't have reporters anymore. I was telling Todd that.
Yeah.
News media, all they do is they watch Twitter and Facebook, and they make stories out of it. They don't even call anybody.
Yeah,
she uses a phone.
Yeah, that's true because there's not speaking guns or shooting, but there's a guy I know that he's on a certain Facebook page, and that's why he's on there. And as soon as something happens, he'll be interesting or something, some big news story he thinks he can write an article about. He'll jump right on that. He'll be like, "Oh, I think I should write an article on this." And I'm like, "Is this all you do all day?" I mean, just cruise around looking for topics. I mean, no one does investigative reporting anymore. No. But let's go back to the shooting though. This was up in the area of the state that is near one of our representatives by the name of Chad Christensen. I had him on the podcast at one point.
Okay.
And so he went ahead and he was one of the guys behind the bill in Idaho that they were trying to push, which was going to allow teachers to carry. I don't know what bill number it was, but it's going to allow teachers to carry if they wanted to, if they had a certain amount of training and they had their enhanced permit and all this stuff. That's the bill that is kind of like they're letting stall out. They don't want to bring forward this year. Right. And so he jumped on and he was giving them a bunch of crap about it. And he sent off some letters to some of the people who weren't doing anything with this bill and some emails. And what's interesting is some of the responses he got was one of the responses he got back said, well, obviously the school training, the training that we are giving the teachers and the kids and stuff seemed to work because everything turned out okay.
Yeah.
And that's what she said. So we don't need to have guns in the school because our training is everything's working out fine. And, I want to
training is to throw books at an active shooter.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Well, here's the thing.
If somebody's in there ready to do damage.
This teacher put herself into more danger going up and having to wrestle or take the firearm away from the shooter, even though it was a 6th grade girl, right? In more danger doing that, where if she would have had a firearm, she could have kept her distance and probably taken care of it that way.
Yep. Shot her in the arm.
Shot her.
Shoot it out of her hand.
But I don't know. It's just fascinating to me. But man, I tell you what, it can happen anywhere. Rigby is a little tiny town.
I'd love to know what really happened there.
Well, and supposedly that girl was expelled from like Idaho Falls or something like that. She was kicked out of the school system.
She was going up there for school.
Yeah, that
Okay.
it was one of the articles that I read. She'd been kicked out of the schools up there.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't know a whole lot more information than that. I mean, I don't know. They said that she took it in her backpack and she just pulled it out of her backpack and started shooting.
Okay.
So I don't know how many shots were fired. I know how many people were hit. I don't know how many shots were actually fired. I have no idea. So, James says it's awfully convenient. So, and I look at a lot of these shootings, and I go, that's convenient. That's convenient. I don't know. I don't get that. I could be wrong, or I could be wrong on everything, but I don't get that feeling on this one. It may be, it may not have been. It just seems, and maybe it's their plan, but it just seems a 6th grade girl, right? I mean,
no, they're not making too much of this.
Yeah.
We're looking for information and can't find it.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll keep everyone updated if I hear more. I mean, we'll hear more, I'm sure, eventually. Yeah. So James says it's good finger pointing material, though. There you go. So I tell you what, one of my favorite pastimes, and I get this, I don't know why. I'm kind of public, right? I'm on the radio show. I do the podcast on talk about things, in class and stuff. I always have these people that show up to class and they go, I ask everyone, what gun did you bring to shoot and what caliber is it? And, what's your experience shooting? Just kind of so I know where to place them all. And this guy, a lot of them will go, I brought the one you don't like. I brought a 1911. And I get that. And like all of these classes, like, oh, you must listen to the radio show. They're like, yes, I do. And they laugh and then, they go on and it kind of go back and forth. It's kind of fun. Well, this is going to be kind of a surprise to James, but James likes to keep me updated and he likes to send me stuff, news stories and TikToks and everything out, which I'd really appreciate. I love all that stuff. But I went ahead and looked at a video that he sent me today, and it was all about the lovely 1911s. And he stated in there that he liked it. In fact, I'm going to quote him. I'm going to quote Mr. James, if I can find it here quickly. But
I love that.
Is he saying anything yet?
No, I'm looking at your code.
Oh, gotcha. I'm looking at my what?
Your code.
Oh, yeah. You see that? Good. Okay. So he says, this has to be the best argument for the 1911 pistol I have ever heard. Now it's going to be an audio. It's a video on YouTube. I was just able to pull the audio out of it and I got it set up so we can pause it and we can comment on it and all that stuff. But I mean, let's do our initial thoughts before we listen to the video. What do you think of when you think of 1911? Honest thoughts. You like him? You don't like him? What do you see the need for him? Or
I haven't shot him a ton. I think of old people.
Oh, damn,
I think of old people,
James, oh hell.
That's what I think of when I think of 1911. I think of like my grandpa. That the kind of gun that he liked to shoot because he had some of them.
Have you shot 1911s?
I have.
What do you think?
Bit. I wasn't real impressed with them. I'd much rather have one of the newer modern guns like what we shoot now.
Okay. How did you feel when you shot it? Did you feel nostalgic?
I didn't.
What did you feel like?
I was like, this isn't the gun for me. That's my honest opinion. Just wasn't the gun for me.
Okay. Older the bull stiff. Okay. What did you think? You have some 1911s.
I had. They're beautiful guns.
They are.
They're
some pretty guns.
They're beautiful. I mean, they're iconic. They're stuck in your head from all the shows you watched as a kid. It's just a great gun. The best trigger in the last 100 years until the Cannon came along. I mean, come on, why couldn't somebody beat that trigger? This is from 1911, and it had the best trigger. It did.
Okay.
Can't beat that.
So you like them? Would you carry one?
No.
Why not?
Because, well, I have a Colt Peacemaker as well. Beautiful gun. Love the sound that thing makes. It's just so pretty and the way it moves. But I wouldn't want to go to get in a fight with it.
Okay.
I want more rounds.
So you, okay. So you don't mind having them because it's a piece of art.
I love them. I think they're beautiful. I like the way they function, the way they work. I mean, it's like a Swiss watch.
It's good Lord. Have you seen this
really
video?
Is when you try and clean one.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to, if I had a choice of carrying for my defense, man, that thing is heavy. And then you limit it to rounds. I don't want that.
Okay.
I need more rounds. I need lighter. And I need something that I'm not worried about, dropping and throwing at somebody or whatever. Because you get that nice one, you ain't going to do that to. You're going to take care of it. Yeah. Anyway, it's beautiful. I look at it like a classic car. They're beautiful. Just now, would you want to race in a classic car? Hell no. Because there's cars now that will smoke it. But they got their own.
We gotta listen.
style.
We gotta listen to this video because I mean, it's like almost you're like repeating the video. Like
really,
word
I hadn't even heard it.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
It's got its own style.
So
it's got its own thing.
I don't know that 1911s are okay. I don't mind shooting them. James. Now James brings one. And he says, "Hey, you shoot." I like shooting his. I love shooting the blasphemies, right? The ones you put the red dots on, and they're fun. They're nice. Would I carry one? Probably not. I like my polymer guns.
Yeah. Well, my point, just to go back a little bit, look at a 57 Chevy Bel Air. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, any little Toyota on the street will outrun it. But
depends on what's been done to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's enough of me.
Okay. So let's go ahead and play this video. And if you guys find something you want to comment on, just freaking holler and I can pause this sucker. And we're going to spend the rest of the show critiquing this video.
Okay.
There you go, James.
I hadn't seen the video. Is there a video?
There's a video, but we're going to listen to the audio.
Gotcha.
The video is kind of funny. I will say this. The video is kind of funny because he's talking about these 1911 and he opens his case and laying in the case in the foam is what looks like is wrapped in a sweaty old gym sock, right? It's a gun sock, but it's just crazy. And he picks it up and he pulls the sock off the 1911. What the freak? So he wants a gun. He wants to carry a gun that you got to like treat like that. Freaking my HK, throw it in the dirt, throw it in the pants, throw it in the wherever, man. I don't freaking mud puddle. It'll still run. It's like a better version of a Glock. Okay. Here we go. Enough is enough here. Let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, bringing you a little bit of a different video today. The concept for this video came up because I get asked and have even pondered myself sometimes, why would someone buy an 11 in the year 2021 when a 2011 exists? Same basic principle as a 1911, but more or less double the capacity. And it is a fascinating question, and it's a valid one. And I go, look, I have my reasons why I love 1911s, and I will give them to you. And it's my small hope that, hey, maybe this message reaches some people and they go, man, you know what? You got a point. And all the polymer stuff and all the things that I got, it's all cool. And I own all those things too. But there is something about those 1911s. So let's just start with the most obvious argument. Why someone would buy a 2011 over a 1911? Well, of course, the answer to that would be capacity. And
because they don't want to buy a 1911, so they buy a 2011. It's that simple. A 2011 is not a 1911. A 2011 is a variant.
But that's like buying a kit car. You want the real thing.
I don't get any of it. I think a 2011 is a 1911 wanting to be a polymer. Really, it is, right? So they came out with the 2011. Why? They come out with the 2011 because they're saying that the 1911 wasn't good enough. It wasn't perfect enough. God didn't make it correctly. So we're going to go ahead and tweak it.
You talk about John Browning.
We're gonna tweak it and make it better, because this gun that we lifted up as the gun was not good enough.
Look back in its day when it came out. Oh, that was impressive.
What, the 1911?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Browning was amazing with the stuff he came out with, man.
It worked.
This dude came out with just incredible stuff.
It worked for a while, but it's old.
Yeah.
We got better stuff out there now.
Much better.
Yeah. Much better. Okay.
Much better.
It's a very fair argument, but I feel that's virtually the end of the arguments in favor of 2011s. And even in that argument, you have to look at it and go, well, what's the intended purpose of said pistol? Well, if it's a carry gun, you do have to look at it and go, while I would rather have more rounds than less rounds, hey, the statistical average is something to the effect of 3 rounds per self-defense engagement. So you go, hey, your 17 rounds is nice, but it's statistically very, very unlikely, I mean, almost astronomically unlikely that you would ever be going past, say, 10 rounds in a 1911. So while I concede the capacity issue, I do think we have.
You can't get past 3 rounds in a 1911 because it's going to jam on the feed ramp after the first or second one. That's what's going to happen.
That's a Kimber.
That's all of them. That's all of them.
That's where your training comes in handy.
There you go.
Clear and rack.
Tap, rack, bang.
Yep.
Tap, rack, bang.
Have to look beyond that. And this was a bit of a fun project because in going through this, I contacted a couple of folks that I know in the 1911 space, and special shout out. So I messaged Rob Biancan over at Cabot, who owns Cabot. And for those of you who don't know Rob, he's a very, very classy man. And I don't say that lightly. He is one of those guys when you meet him and you just go, man, that guy's got some style, and he just kind of gets it. He's got a little bit of old school class, which
you got a little bit of old school class, and I've seen you carry a Taurus.
This is true.
You look pretty classy over there.
I am very classy.
And you carry a shield.
All kinds of, yeah.
You carry
pretty much anything.
Carry a shield.
Right. That's what I've been carrying lately.
This is funny because when I think of 1911s and when I think of this audio that we're listening to, right? And I think that he's going to talk about his friend who wrote a statement on the 1911s. I think about, and it is what it is. But I think about a bunch of old guys. I think about a bunch of old hunters is what I think about. Sitting around, they got done out there hunting the waterfowl. They got their Springer Spaniels. They're gathered around the hunting lodge, and they're wearing their flannel, and they're smoking their cigar, or not cigars, they're smoking their pipes, and they got their fine whiskey and bourbon and all that stuff in there, and they're talking about 1911s because we're too snooty for anything else. This is what I feel. Am I wrong?
No, not at all. I don't think so at all.
Is a pretty uncommon thing today. And so I sent Rob a message and I said, hey, I would like you to chime in. Why would someone buy a 1911 when 2011s exist? And he wrote me a poetic response with all of his points in favor of 1911s. And instead of me trying to come here and recap those points to you, I thought, let me just read some of his points.
Are we going to get to hear a haiku? It's going to be a poetic.
Oh, it's poetic.
Poetic. I think it's
not. I don't like this.
I think it's a haiku.
So Rob's first point was, today we are in a golden era of 1911s. And he says, after 110 years, the industry is producing better 1911s than ever before. The variety and quality of which is available today is unparalleled as compared to any time before.
So they're saying they can't improve on the 1911s anymore. So now the plastic guns have to swoop in and pick up
the slack.
I
disagree. They make, I mean, you got these mem parts and everything now. I don't like those. If you do it old school, if you're going to do it,
Well, then I guess
it's about style. It's like what hat fits your head better.
so. When here's what I
But a fedora looks freaking cool.
yeah. So here's the thing. I'm not a 1911 guy, and if you like him and you can shoot him fine, and you want to do that, that's great. That's fine. James does, and that's fine. I say, you do you. I'm always that way. Now they're going to get in and they talk about cars here in just a few minutes, right?
Oh, shit.
So they're going to talk about cars and compare cars to 1911s. You'll hear that analogy here in just a few minutes. But
How long is this clip, man?
It's
I
like-
still see a whole page of yellow.
it's like 9 minutes. We broke this up here.
Lord, I'm gonna go fix a sandwich.
It kind of put you to sleep. Those 1911 guys are boring. I mean, this guy's
that
like,
music ain't helping none.
yeah. So, I look at cars, right? I like the new, I like the technology, right? But you know what? I'm a big old car fan. My son loves the new stuff, wants the new stuff, wants the, you name it, he's into it, right? Doesn't really like the old stuff. Too bad he drives around and is going to drive around an International Scout. Sucker. But anyhow, I like the old stuff. And when I see people take the old stuff and do what they call a resto mod, which is put a new high class fuel injected like supercar LS engine or whatever into old iron, that irritates.
I can like that too.
That irritates.
you?
That irritates me. I don't like that. It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
So
I like them all. I tell you what, not everything new is good though. Okay, classic point. When you see a classic Camaro, old Mustang, got a little rumble in it still. Got that shake. Chevelle SS, nice.
Ooh.
And then you got this kid running around here with a little 4-cylinder with big old loud pipes on it that ain't got no horsepower, just making noise. It's like, man, get out of here.
yeah. And so what I'm saying is,
everything new ain't good.
and I kind of get where if this is true, if this video is true or this audio is true, I kind of get where the 1911 guys are coming from. Because I guess old and nostalgia is correct. Now, if I had that old Charger, that old Challenger, and it had a big Hemi in it or 4.4 or whatever it was, right? I'd cruise it around town. I'd enjoy it. Spend a little time at the range with it. I ain't gonna jump on the thing and drive across the freaking country.
No.
Because there's better things for that now.
Well, it's stuff more comfortable with air conditioning and everything else.
Exactly.
We have reached a pinnacle. And listen to how well this is written. We are in the final act of the attempt at perfection of the 1911. And according to Rob, the fit and finish of
The attempt at perfection. Did you see that? The attempt at perfection. They haven't achieved it. They've just been attempting it.
Getting closer though.
I guess, according to whatever he wrote.
2011s that they typically see today is just not on par with those of 1911s. But how beautiful and poetic is that line? We are in the final act of the attempt at perfection of the 1911. Now, his next point has to do with what he refers to as mechanical purity, and I found this to be such a well-made argument. Rob says to understand 1911s requires an appreciation of mechanical construction.
Okay, this one's for James because he's being quite active on the comments. So mechanical purity. James, none of the 1911s you own are mechanically pure, man. I've seen the blasphemies are not mechanically pure. And as far as that old car with the Tesla motor, that refers to a conversation we had earlier today. So inside joke there.
The 1911 style pistol design requires very precise hand fitting by craftsmen in order to perform with great accuracy and reliability. Modern pistols, such as your big box polymer brands, were designed with modern manufacturing standards in mind, where components can be easily mass produced with low cost methods and then simply assembled by virtually anyone, and generally speaking, they will work.
But they don't jam.
There's no real craft to it aside from a functionally engineered mechanism. Not all folks appreciate how an object is made. Some will look at a Casio G-Shock digital watch and say it tells them time, and very well at that. And therefore, there's no reason to spend more than $41.95 on a watch. Others appreciate a finely crafted, complex mechanical watch where the art of watchmaking involves highly skilled.
You have not heard this one.
I have not heard this video.
This is a new one.
It sounds like I'm just copied. I stole his talking.
I know,
points.
but it does. All the talking points is you. You could have wrote this. You could have put this together in your own haiku.
There's something about that classic, man.
It's the music is pretty classic too. I'm starting to go to sleep.
Yeah.
1911s are boring.
movements to interphase very precisely and with great complexity to function correctly. Both the digital watch and the mechanical watch will tell time, but how they get there and the effort and human time and skill in each is distinct. A well-made 1911 is mechanical art in the form of a handgun.
You should hang it on the wall then.
It's a piece of art.
It's a piece of art. It's a piece of mechanical art in the form of a handgun. It should be hung above the fireplace mantle.
Sounds like a good spot to me.
Or a display case.
A display
But
case.
take it out and shoot it too. Because it's a functioning,
Every now and
functioning art.
Every now and
It's like that classic car. Should be taken out on weekends
You
for a
take-
Sunday stroll.
You could take it
man,
out to
you
the
see
car
first
show.
sunny day where it's a little cool, but the sun's out and there's no rain. Nothing but classic cars.
Nothing but classic cars, and they get put away because
They get put in the garage.
there's better options.
The physical beauty of the gun. A design that has looked good for 100 years will still look good in another 100 years. Elegant flowing lines, art.
Are they going to be around for another 100 years?
Yes. I have a Colt Peacemaker, man.
That's true. That's true.
It's a beautiful gun.
I got to hear about that for another 100 years.
At least, probably.
Oh, jeez.
Full function and timeless beauty. It will continue to be valued. The 2011 will be valued by no one in another century.
This guy is a little bent. If it's not 100% pure, he don't like it. He's a little upset.
And Rob's point that I found so beautiful, it's the fucking hero weapon. Beyond the fire.
It's a hero weapon.
Magnum PI carried it, man.
That's right. Magnum's my hero.
John Wayne carried it.
Oh my gosh, James. Magnum PI carried it. It's your hero weapon.
Firearm. The 1911 is the archetype of handguns, the weapon for the hero, and the American experience of greatness. The hero in literature is the one that adventures off to confront the unknown and returns the victor. And this is the case of the 1911 in it.
Okay, I can't let this go. So James put up their classic cars get put away just like expensive cars because they are valuable. The Corolla nobody gives a shit about. The Corolla will keep running on 3 cylinders.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
It'll go.
but you were just running the dirt, throw it away, and get another.
but it'll keep running. It'll keep running.
It will, but you don't care
You
about
get a
it.
little grit in those 1911s. What are they going to do?
But go sell your Corolla. What you gonna get? Now you go get you one handmade John Browning 1911, and you retire.
Yeah.
Its use in World Wars I and II. Earlier generations who fought to preserve American ideals carried and used the 1911
Killed Hitler.
and did it at a time when the hand was far more relevant in battle than it is today. Experience is in effect the same weapon that served. When you hold the 1911, you hero's weapon where America prevailed in the confrontation of evil in the wars. It's a tangible connection to our past, which forges the identity of who we are. Now, stated.
These 1911 guys are boring.
Is this
all
guy
about
a
nostalgia.
salesman or something?
No, look back. James is keeping us apprised. He says he's like a level 30 gunsmith.
Okay.
The guy that wrote this haiku.
Oh yeah, he's a gunsmith. Appreciate that.
Yeah, this guy that wrote this haiku, all about the hero weapon.
Good grief! How much longer?
We got I don't like 2 minutes or a minute and a half or something.
I've got my own reasons why I still believe that 1911s hold this incredible place for any gun owner. And I know, look, I can never win this argument with you based on reason and logic. For me, it's an argument that's far more centered around an emotional argument. See, 1911s for me, it's the gun for people who have a little bit of old school in them. I equate it to, look, 2 cars can pull up to the stoplight. You might have a new McLaren and a 69 Charger. And as cool as that new McLaren is, you know which car is classier and which one's going to get infinite more eyeballs. People are going to take their photo with that 69 Charger. It's the same thing with knives. As I've been getting into knives lately, there's something, while I appreciate the modern mechanical knives that are laser cut and all that jazz, I mean, there's something cool about it, but I'm telling you, the experience of going and participating in forging a knife from nothing, taking blank steel and making it into something, And within that, there's imperfections and there's personality in it. There's something about that if you don't understand it, I don't know that I can make you understand it. See, for me, when I see 1911, I just don't see a gun. I see something that is this living, breathing thing. It has a soul. And while it's a physical, tangible object,
this guy's going a little too far, man.
And it's a picky eater.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a soul and it's a picky eater. Yeah, this guy needs a girlfriend.
it's an object that actually moves me. A beautiful 1911. I mean, a real, genuine, beautiful 1911 is way more than a gun. It's a historical statement. And I cannot tell you that once ever in my life, as much as I love firearms, I've ever picked up a polymer weapon and said that's a piece of art, and historical art at that. It is simply a tool. A 1911 is a tool that has a history and it has a soul.
It has a soul. That's why they like it. I don't know.
I need it as a
He's
tool.
right. He's a little too emotionally attached. I'm like, rather you.
So no, I get what he's saying though. I mean, and he's got some valid points, right? I mean, it's a piece of history. It's a piece of art. I mean, I understand that. I think, if you want to carry them and you're good with them, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think there's better options out there now. I really do.
What is his everyday carry?
What is James's?
Whoever this guy.
I don't know. He's on a 1911 fanatic YouTube channel.
Okay.
So I'd imagine it's a 1911. So I just think there's better options out there. I mean, that's just me. What do you think?
I agree. If you're using it as a tool, you want it to be a tool.
Right.
I want something that's going to give me a better option. Whether that's higher capacity, lighter weight for carry, whatever, easier to conceal. That's what I want. If I want a piece of art, yeah, it's great for a piece of art. Yeah, they're beautiful to look at. They're, it's got the nostalgia behind it. It's great, but it's not what I want as a tool that I'm going to use to carry every single day.
Not only that, you're not going to take that thing and put it in an everyday rubber round holster and dust bunnies. And
there's very few. I will say there's very few people. James is one of those very few people. James will carry his 1911s and he uses them and he makes them work for him. And I think that's absolutely fantastic, right? If you're going to do that, do it. But I know guys that have 1911s that I'm a 1911 guy. I love 1911s. That's my thing. And they're awesome. Well, why don't you carry yours? Because I don't want to put it in a freaking holster.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I don't work in the office. It's going to get filthy.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, they don't take dirt very well.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And in the field that I work in, if it doesn't handle dirt or a little bit of dust and stuff,
right.
It doesn't do me any good.
That Taurus kept on keeping on, didn't it?
Yes, it does. Even the shield that I carry. I mean, that thing has got so much dust and dirt in it, and I could take it out there and fire it right now and not have any problems with it.
There you go. Anyhow, I think we've said our piece on 1911s. Okay. Anyone?
Did we settle it? Did we end it?
We settled it for, I don't know, till another video pops up, I guess. I think we could. If they aren't carrying it, they shouldn't have it. There you go. That's what James said. He's the most official 1911 guy that I know. There you go. Okay, well, there we go. I think we're a little over an hour, and that was fun.
It was.
I enjoyed that. I enjoy knocking 1911s a little bit. I really do. It's kind of fun to laugh again. But hey, if you listen to the podcast, I surely appreciate it. You can, if you're watching right now on YouTube Live, you can share this. You can share this on your social media. That would be absolutely wonderful. Share it with your friends, your family, whatever. If you want to listen to it, you can catch the actual podcast. You can catch it on Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify. Share that as well. Share it with your family, friends. Make sure you subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. I didn't check our subscriptions on our YouTube channel, but we were up 3 over last week. So there we go. We're growing. We're up to 106 now.
Okay.
106. And I
thought you was at 106 last week.
No, we're still at 106. So 2 weeks ago, we stalled out a little bit. It's probably the 1911. We're gonna lose people now. But I still haven't figured out what the weird comments are with timestamps and stuff. Did you hear about that? I talked about it in the last podcast. I get feedback that people they view the podcast on YouTube and then they timestamp it. They'll just have a 5811, and I'm like, what the hell happened to 5811? Why
so when you go to 5811, what happened?
I haven't gone to 5811. I haven't checked it out, but I'm like, what the hell are you marking?
I don't know. You got to go to 5811.
I guess so. Maybe next time. If you got any questions or comments or anything like that, feel free to get a hold of me. You can call me. You can text me, area code 620-794-6223. It's area code 620-794-6223. And I did have a listener reach out to me through text message, and he gave me an idea for a show. I'm not going to tell you what that is, but
we just built all this up for nothing.
Nice little teaser.
That's what I do.
Okay.
But I think I'm going to put together a show around his suggestion. So I do listen, and I will talk back to you. Talk back to my wife, and she. So until then, everyone have a great week, and I plan on being back on here next Saturday. I don't know who's going to join me. You around, Paul?
I think I'm out of town next weekend.
You around?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I wasn't around today until the last minute. I'm like, I
didn't want to bother you because you've been working. You've been working.
I was going to work. I had more work to do, and I'm like, I don't kind of feel I don't want to do it. So here I am.
Hey, we like it. Just come over here whenever that happens again. We'll do another podcast.
Yeah, I got one I got to put out myself.
Yeah,
I know. I've been waiting.
Everyone's been waiting, and if he's still listening, James will get on here and tell you that he's been waiting as well.
I check every week when I check all my new podcasts. I'm like, is the new one up there?
Last month was a bad month. Man. It was bad. Anyway,
you'll get him up. You can talk about people getting a shot and then having their junk hurt or something.
Oh man.
Okay. Well, hey, thanks for joining us. I will see you guys next week. Everyone have a great week. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching on YouTube Live, listening, watching, still waiting. He's still waiting for your podcast, and we're out.